No Europe this year.
South America?
South America, yeah.
Okay.
So Canada and Peru. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun.
All right.
Nice little change up from Jacksonville. Canada was snowing. First hike I was out there, I think I mentioned to somebody, I got snowed on pretty bad. And they got caught in another snowstorm after that. So it was definitely a different environment. Yeah, it's good to be back though.
No issues with trying to get in touch with you while you were
You know, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that necessarily, but I tried my best to stay in touch. I don't know if they would say that there was no issues, but I'll just say I tried my best.
First few days of camp in the books, just how would you assess how the offense has been so far?
It's been encouraging to see the growth of the guys. I think day by day you see little pieces here and there improve. You know that the progression's never going to be linear by any stretch of the imagination, so you see some steps forward, some steps back in different areas. But the encouraging thing is the work that the guys are putting in and the development overall, whether it's the scheme, the skills, the techniques, the operation, all of those things, the improvement in all the different phases of the game is what is so exciting.
A little bit of a bounce back day for BTJ today after, you know, kind of the rough one he had a few days ago. Just what was it like seeing him kind of get back in the groove?
It was good to see that, see him get his opportunities and come down with some of those catches. You know, I think when you have those off days, when you're a player like BTJ, you kind of expect that bounce back day a little bit. You know, the anticipation is that he will make those plays. So there was never really any worry or doubt that he was a guy that could come down with some of those catches that he didn't come down with. It was just a matter of time and execution. So it was good to see, but I wouldn't say that there was any, any concern leading into the day that we needed to see that.
What is it about him that sort of gives you that confidence where he's going to bounce back?
Well, it really comes down to the way he works. And for all the guys, you can have that type of confidence. That confidence comes from preparation. So the way he works and approaches his skill and his craft, not only from a receiver position, but from mastering the scheme and his job, what he's supposed to do. So when he's dialed in and working and studying and doing the things he's supposed to do, the way he does to prepare to come out here and play and come out here and practice, it gives us his confidence as coaches, but more importantly, it gives him the confidence to come out here and play fast and do that.
It seems like Tank Bigsby has gotten a pretty good amount of run lately in practice. Just what have you seen from him, and how much more can he improve on what he has done the last couple of years?
I think everybody knows that they have room for improvement. That's the exciting part about this group on offense specifically, is that nobody has probably performed at their maximum potential on a consistent basis. I think guys have hit that, glimpses of it here and there, but what we're working for is to get that on a consistent basis. So seeing Tank in the run game or even in the pass game in protection, see those improvements and trying to reach that level that he can perform on a down in, down out, series in, series out basis is what we're working towards.
I know pads aren't on yet, but Walker Little hasn't had many camps where he's gone in as the guy as left tackle. How have you just kind of seen him embrace that role?
In a lot of ways. I think his play style has started to pop off the tape when you see the way he's working to strain and finish in the run game and kind of the ownership he's taken of his craft in the pass game, whether it's the sets, the communication, working with Ezra, working with Hainsey. It's just good to see him really embrace that role and build his confidence that's really well-deserved as he plays better and better and better.
And then a lot of the guys you guys added on the offensive line this year played inside, outside. How much does that depth help or in the early days of camp like this?
It's absolutely helpful. The flexibility of those guys to be able to fill different spots. I think you probably saw Chuma's play tackle, played some guard past couple days, and really we have a bunch of guys who can play different positions. It's a testament to their work and their ability to be able to play in those multiple spots. It's not easy to go from playing on the left side to playing on the right side, let alone from the left side outside to the right side inside. So that takes a lot of work, not only in the drill work with Coach Surratt and the rest of the staff, but from studying and knowing my calls at guard are different than my calls at tackle. So to have that group that has the flexibility mentally and physically is really nice for us to know it's a little bit of depth and security blanket, but also we can mix and match different groups of guys and see that chemistry kind of build out throughout camp.
Brent, where do you think you guys are at, or specifically Trevor, at thinking through the offense and playing through the offense?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's something we're working on that will always be working on. I would love to say that at some point we'll be there 100% and everything is just automatic, but we know football's a game of many variables, so it's never going to be the case that he can go out there and just play turning your mind off completely. But we are certainly moving closer and closer to that state. And I think he mentioned something about that too, that pre-snap and post-snap, both of those start to get faster and faster and faster as he's gotten there. So we're not there yet, and we know we have work to do, but his work over the course of the summer, over the course of training camp has led him to a spot where there's a noticeable difference in the way he plays or even in just the way he approaches a given play.
Does he stand out to you? Like when you You see a rep or when you...
Yeah, you can tell on certain reps and really certain operations when you're standing up there at the line and trying to make decisions and protection calls, or you're trying to make an adjustment, just the timing of it and the confidence with which you do it. That's the real ownership of a play. And typically when you have that type of ownership, the result ends up being good.
Liam noted Eli and Josh Cephas were two of the young wide receivers that he spoke about on Friday. What have you seen from some of these young guys, since obviously you guys brought a lot of them in with the goal of them competing?
Yeah, it's a lot of young guys. It's been encouraging to see Josh be able to make plays and get on the same page with Nick and John and the guys throwing him the football. Same thing with Eli, who's worked really hard at knowing the playbook, knowing his role, embracing his role, doing different things that maybe don't always flash in terms of some of the catches and big plays that you see with other guys, but dirty work with blocking, motioning, shifting, setting things up, things that influence the offense and the run game in a significant way, but might not always be seen by, on a surface level, I guess.
What kind of energy do you expect tomorrow? Offensive line and pads on?
That might be a question. That might be a question for them. I know my energy will be pretty high. I'll be pretty excited, but I think the group will be excited to get out there with pads on and play football a little bit more for real.
When you see Travis Hunter on the defensive side of the ball making the plays like he was today, how's that make you feel as the offensive coach? You're like, I wish I had him on my side of the ball.
Not good.
But is that like just a very unique situation for you, and how does it make you feel out there?
No, that is the ultimate bittersweet, because it is miserable seeing him make plays on the ball during practice, but it's a team game, so it is exciting in the end to see him make plays. And you see the ball skills that show up on defense, same thing translates to offense, so it's exciting to see him flourish.
How have you felt about his progression in the offense so far?
Really encouraging. I think even from the end of the spring last year to the start of training camp this year, you notice the progression, not only from a mental standpoint, but from the techniques, from a technique and release standpoint at receiver position. I only expect with the way he works and approaches it, that progression to continue.
How has the schedule been for you? I know Liam has talked about it's down to the minute, so just working extra with him.
Yeah, it's down to the minute. It's been great. Defense has been awesome to work with. The staff has been unbelievable. He's been great, focused, locked in. It's a lot to manage and a lot to juggle, but he's been a real pro at handling it. It's a long training camp, so we know he knows. We have a long way to go, but so far it's been a lot of fun.
Brandon, have you seen anything like it conditioning-wise for him? Everybody talks about it just can go forever. I mean, how rare is that part of it, just the conditioning?
That's unbelievably rare. I don't know that I've seen anything with that level of conditioning before. I mean, obviously he's expected to do something that I have not seen another play, that none of us have seen before. But it is, once again, a testament to his work, his training in the heat in the summer to be able to come out here and do this. I mean, it is hot, no joke. There are guys out here struggling to just do one, and he's doing multiple things, juggling different things mentally, physically. So, yeah, it's a testament to his work. The conditioning is definitely apparent.
Let's start with this. Obviously, it's been a difficult last few months for you, both on and off the field, with the transition here and obviously everything going on at home. How did you guys decide this past Friday was the right time to tell Wesley's story and getting the word out there about what 4-1 for All is going to be doing this fall?
Definitely. I think our main goal was to make sure Wesley was healthy first. To really, if he wasn't in a room of like, all right, he's getting better, to kind of hold it a little bit. So we wanted to make sure that he was in a good position for us to speak about it. Because I know once the word gets out that he's in remission, it's going to be it's more uplifting, more positive. And also, I get to be in front of you guys and talk about it and spread more awareness as much as I can. So our goal was to really wait until he got healthy, and it was just, timing was just perfect, and we're here today talking about it.
What's the message that you want to sort of get out there? I know you put it out yesterday, but just expand upon it.
I mean, is that everybody, a lot of people go through it. A lot of people that you may not know in your daily life has had some type of cancer at a young age, or probably getting it now, that you can always be there to support them, care for them, give them love, because I think that's really the main focus on people that's going through that. They have people that can help support them and give them love. And again, for my foundation, is just to show support. We're contributing to 4 different organizations throughout the year. So each month is going to be different, something, an organization that we're targeting to help spread more awareness for them and for us as well. So I'm excited about that journey, and this first month is in the Moors, and then we'll start, adding on and when the season goes on.
How's it been sort of with the support around with coaches, players?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I mean, they text me dang near every day, like especially during the off season. How's Wesley? Not even Josh. How are you doing? How's your mental? How's Wesley? Which I respect. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of message family first at all times, and they really truly mean it. The last staff they did as well. Like when I told Doug, they were all, "You're okay. Take your time." And even coming in here and for them to embrace me as how's Wesley? How's your family? How's your wife? How's everybody? Like, how's your family doing? And then how's training? You know what I mean? So they really care, man, and they really truly care. Not just asking to ask, just asking to really see how I'm really feeling. So it's super cool.
What was your training regimen this offseason? Because obviously we know you've gone to Arizona in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously work with the guys at Rise and Grind, knowing what was also going on off the field.
Yeah.
Were you just here pretty much throughout?
Yeah, I trained here. I did a lot of events. As you follow my social medias, I did a couple events. Went to Paris Fashion Week and then the SB. So I've been moving, but regardless of that, I still got my work in even when training. So even in Paris, I'm getting training, and LA, I'm getting training. So I never really stopped the grind. But when I was settled here. I want to stay close to fam. Kids are in summer school, so just want to stay close. Can't really travel as much now. They're in school now, so kind of keeping us more stationary, and I get on my routine a little bit quicker.
You talked about the fact that there isn't an Exos here in Jacksonville, but you guys have kind of created this little community of sorts, especially along the defensive line and the defensive players with the training. Describe what that community has become in the last 5 years in particular for you guys to all get to stay in Jacksonville and work out together in the off season.
I mean, it's awesome. I think camaraderie is the main thing, and obviously I know that I'm pushing myself to the limit that I can help these guys on the field. But when you can train outside of the building and talk to them and work out with them and push each other and know that I also know that you're sacrificing running this hill with me. You know what I mean? It means a lot more. So when you step out on this field, it's like I know you're going to give me everything you got, and then if you don't, I can tell you that you're not giving me everything you got because you showed me a couple of weeks ago. So it's really cool just to work out with everybody and stay in contact and we're brothers at the end of the day, and brothers stick together. So
Josh, how hard was it for you to kind of separate and keep folks training and then the family situation and Wesley's situation? Was that hard to kind of balance that?
I mean, again, timing is everything. So he got sick right towards the end of the season. Right at the end of the season, the first couple months, you're really not doing nothing. You got to have your body kind of relax and kind of come back, and then like 3 or 4 months later, then you start kind of working out here and there. So again, timing was everything, and I got to just sit back and be full-time dad, and which I love to do. Just sit back and just indulge myself in their life and really commit to them. And so training didn't start picking up until he got a little better, until he got out the hospital. He started going back to school, and then that's when I started to kind of, okay, I can start going to Jason. I can drive to Orange Park in the morning, but also be able to take him to school. Make sure he takes his medicine in the morning, and then, just kind of adapt back to normal.
When did you guys get the news that he was going to be okay? And what was that? That must have been a huge mental lift for everyone.
When did we, or?
Yeah, like at what point in the treatment process did you know, okay, or the doctors say he's going to recover, he's going to be fine, he's on his way to full recovery, and what was that lift off your mind?
I mean, what kind of settled my mind, obviously it's scary to think about, but when they talked about the type of cancer that he did have, it was a 6-month kind of treatment phase. And so when I thought about the 6 months, it's a long time, but it's not 12 months, or it's not 2 years, it's not 3 years, which families do have to, go through as well. So knowing that he had that cancer, it's kind of like, all right, we can get through this. We're going to get through this. And so once 3 months came and 4 months, and then realizing that, his levels were rising, everything was coming back to normal, and then he was, like, nothing was dropping, and then everything was kind of like, he's good. When we took him off the medicine for a month, all the levels were, the same. They weren't dropping, so it's like, it's working. His body's coming back to normal. And once you're hearing these type of words and, you've seen a smile on his face, and now everything kind of seems normal, and He wasn't having any fevers. That's a telltale sign of, something happening to his body. So he stopped getting fevers. And so now everything was just as normal as possible. And when they gave us that, he's in full remission, man, it's, we kind of prayed for it, and we kind of knew if we keep praying that it's going to happen. God was looking over him. He had so many prayers for him at that time, and we knew that it was going to happen at some point. And when it did happen, just keep on tracking to the next phase.
Did you guys celebrate when you got that news that he was in remission?
100%. 100%. I mean, we definitely celebrated, one of those type of celebrations, but everything that we can do for him, we made special. Taking these late trips. I'm usually not a late trip guy, because I like to kind of be where I'm at and just kind of focus on that, but, to really sacrifice that time away from him, because we couldn't travel early on. So it's kind of like, put that on hold, but we also got to now make it normal and special for him. So let's go to the Bahamas, you know what I mean? So, okay, Josh, I'm freaking out, but we need to do it. How am I going to make it work? Found a trainer out there, and I was training with him. So it's like, I'm having fun with my family, but I'm also keeping the main thing. So, yeah.
Hey Josh, what will the next 2 days in pads tell you about this one?
At the end of the day, we have to still protect each other. So you know how it is. Like, as soon as you get pads on, maybe the fundamentals go down. So to know that we're a good defense and we're a good offense and we like to take care of ourselves but be competitive, let's not try to kill each other. Like, let's focus on our technique. You know what I'm saying? And have our technique. Because when you see here, we're still being physical with nothing on, so we can continue to still practice like this, but in pads, I think we'll be able to take care of each other a lot more. We don't need anybody hurt. Obviously, that comes with the game, but if we can kind of prevent as many injuries as we can, but still being physical, knowing what we're doing, communicating, and running to the ball, both sides of the ball, I think this is just a good building point. I think we're going to be good. I'm excited about pads tomorrow. More physical up front, I think it really affects the front four, front seven more than anybody else. But I'm ready to put my face in. I'm ready for contact. What you mean by that? No idiot. I'm ready to have some contact and really see what it's about. So I'm excited.
Josh, how do you feel playing lighter now? More 2 years ago. I know you talked about it a couple months ago, but 20 pounds lighter than.
Man, you know what? Feels good. Feels good.
You talk about legacy a lot, your legacy specifically. I have a feeling you're not going to want to talk about it, but being this close to the franchise sack record, what is kind of your mentality going into this season?
23 sacks. That's the NFL record. I think all pass rushers should strive for that goal. Like, every team strives to win a Super Bowl. So I think, my goal is to break the record and not really focus on it. Just know that if I handle what I need to handle, stay healthy, know what I'm doing, communicate, anticipate what's happening to me, anticipate pass, and kind of be quicker on that, then everything's just going to play off the way it's supposed to.
I don't think we've talked to you since Smoot officially signed, or at least not at the podium. So having your guy back, but also just having Agba, the depth, how does that change strategically? And you don't have to give anything away, but having those guys, and it's not just necessarily you and Trey, perhaps being the two main guys, and then maybe it's a question mark behind you.
I think having better edge depth matters. I think moving Eric to the inside is also going to open us up a lot more, and I'm excited to rush with the four we got. If you put Mason in there, when Mason gets healthy, you put Mason in there, Eric, Smoot, myself, Trey, Agba. You know what I'm saying? The rotation can kind of be endless. We can kind of line up anywhere. But right now it's just, how do you like the rush? Like me and Smoot, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know, like, go. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very natural. And I called him. I was talking to Smoot every day. Not every day. Not going to be exaggerating, but I talked to him a lot during the offseason, especially during the comeback. You know what I'm saying? What are you waiting on? You're going to have a role here. come on. You know, it was a lot of those calls, and he can say that I did that to him. I didn't call him every day. There was a lot of those conversations, and also he just vibes with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he fits what we're trying to do. He fits the players around him, and he's unselfish. Like if I need a pocket push, I'm gonna pocket push the hell out of this guy. If you need me to buy this guy so you can make it inside the B gap, I'm gonna do exactly that. You know what I mean? So having him kind of frees up everybody. It helps Eric as well. You know, you got these two being selfless. You got Eric. You can rush a little bit more free because you know you have a guy that's in tune to the rushes. You have a guy that, okay, if you take inside, I'm gonna wrap under you. So it's cool having a guy like that, man. I love him, you know, as a brother, and I respect him as a player as well. And you know, I can't wait to really see tomorrow. And obviously, when the preseason games and all that, we can compete against somebody else. I can't wait.
One more for me, just because I know you work out with him in the offseason. D-Ham, his health
He's
right
the best
now.
nose in the game.
His health right now.
He's the best nose in the game. D-Ham is the best defensive nose, tackle, whatever you want to identify him in the NFL right now. And he's showing it and proving it every single day. And when you can have that, you know you have that confidence that they're not going to run the ball right here. Now everybody else has to pick their level up. You know what I mean? So, again, Devon Hamilton is the best nose in the game, and he's going to prove it. And I can't wait to be out there to support him after every play he makes.
You talk about potentially breaking the single-season sack record. Do you think this defense is going to allow you to flourish to be able
100%.
to push for that?
I mean, don't ask me. You can ask the coaches, you know, because they tell me all the time, this is what we want to do. Okay. But they're the ones that's going to call the plays. And you talk to Coach Camp, you have guys that can go get the passer. Go get the passer. Cool. So now let's do it. Let's show it. Let me prove to you. Well, I've already proved it. Trey's proved it. Let's just continue to do it. You know, the more reps we get, the more ops we get, the higher the percentage that we're going to get pressures, we're going to get hits, we're going to get sacks, we're going to get batted passes, we're going to get more plays, even in the run game. Hell, it's going to affect us in the run game, more tackle for losses. So, yeah, I think Coach Camp, Coach Matt Edwards, Coach LeBlanc, those are the guys that you need to ask those questions to, but I like where your head at, and it does help.
Almost forgot NFL Top 100. Just what did that honor mean to you, and were they really trying you that day?
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I'm honored to be on the list with my peers. I just know where I was at the year before. Now, knowing where I'm at like last year, after a down year, it's time to go back up. And it's time to not only for me to get in there, it's time for Trey to get in there. It's time for Jordan Lewis. It's time for Foye. It's time for we have guys that can be on that list and really rack that list up. But you know, the most guys that be on there, they have the number 1 defense, number 2 defense. They play deep in the playoffs. So if we want to get that recognition, we got to be able to. Well, we have to be able to get that far.